Today I'm going to play in my craft room. It's time to make a small batch of ATC cards. So I have some supplies out. I'll probably be getting up and down to get some more. Yeah, I'm just going to play, and I'll probably fast forward this so you don't have to watch every bit of it. It's not a tutorial, so I just need to make some ATC cards. So yeah, I'm gonna do that and then you can watch. there. I filmed probably 3 hours of me playing in here, so I just took a little bit of the center and sped it up and put that in for my clip there. So absolutely everything that I did isn't on there, or you would have been watching that forever. I've gone and got myself a hot drink, and I'm going to show you the cards that I finished. So from that, from this little sheet of 3-dimensional handmade stickers, I made 5 cards, and I still have a flower left for a 6th one if I want to. But yeah, I was getting done with those. So I did this one, and the background on this is a it's a wash that I put down of 3 different colors of acrylic paint and blended them together. The side here is just some crinkled gold colored tissue paper, and then I added the stickers on top and doodled at the bottom a bit, because that's me. I like to doodle. They wouldn't be my ATC cards most of the time if I didn't doodle something on them somewhere. So that's the first one. And the second one, I did the turtle, and I did the background in, it's 3 different colors of acrylic paint again. 4 different colors actually, because I used a cinnamon brown, and then I used a darker brown. See my hands? I went to wash my hands and I couldn't get everything off of them. But I doodled a tree. Again, I doodled on the side. And then I used some nail polish to, see that? Yeah, I sometimes do that. Just because the acrylic paint it dries kind of flat sometimes when you have a lot of gesso on here. And I'll use that to make little things like leaves or enamel dots. I'll use nail polish to make enamel dots as well. But and that's my cat jumping around on my shelves again. So yes, so don't forget that you can use nail polish too for accents. So that was the second one. The third one is a very, very simple background. I did hardly anything on this card, but I think it's so pretty. The back is it was a pre-printed piece of cardboard from some packaging, and it just looked so pretty. And the branch that was going across the packaging, I cut it in this spot specifically because I knew that this branch going across here would be a perfect place for a bird or an owl to sit. And I'll do that sometimes. If you see a piece of packaging that and it catches your eye and you just know that it would be perfect for something, save it. So this one is just very simple. It's the owl, the quote, and I made some Stickles stars. You see them? I gotta get them always in the right light for you to see. And I can't do it today, but yeah, they do really sparkle. They look like little diamonds on the page, or on the card. And I really like this card too. I took my green background, and it was just a wash of green. I just took the green paint, 2 different colors of green at the top and the bottom of the acrylic, and blended it across. These cards were all pre-done in another video. But so I took the flower and the butterfly and put them together because I thought they kind of went together. And then put Hope, Dream, Believe. And then what I do sometimes on my, see how the little words sparkle? They don't sparkle, they shine. I take my glossy accents sometimes and I'll put them over. I'll just it's hard to explain, but you just put it on there and then just kind of smooth it over so that there's a nice layer. And it's thick enough that it won't run off the spot that you keep it. It'll stay dimensional. It'll raise up and stay dimensional. so they look like little glass bits or plastic bits maybe on the piece of work that you're doing. So that was the fourth one. And the fifth one, which I had so much trouble trying to place, I was going to put it on the very first card that I did, or the second card that I did the turtle on, because I realized that the background on this was the perfect color for him. And so what I did, and I'd already taken a sheet of, or a card, and I'd already gessoed it. So what I did, and it had a different background on it, so I put some texture paste on here. I just smoothed the texture paste all out and took a piece of bubble wrap and created some texture with it so that it was a little bit bumpy in the background. And then I just blended the brown, the green, and the blue so that I would get that background that I wanted, because that's the one. He looks good on there, I think. So I gave him a little flower. He's saying hello, and that's it. That's all it needs to have. I think he's cute. So I did that, and then I got out my sprays. So I have the Delusions ink sprays, and that's why my hands look like this. So if you're going to use these things, then just be a little careful. I took out my sprays, and I took a sheet of watercolor paper. My goodness, kitty. I don't know what she's after, but she thinks she's found something. I don't think she could find anything dangerous in here, but I hope not. Everything's in boxes. But anyway, I took the sprays, and I sprayed them on some water. I sprayed them on a couple of backgrounds first to see if I liked the colors. And this was working in pretty good. So I took some watercolor paper. I had just a scrap here. And I sprayed on the watercolor paper, and it was just a scrap. It was no bigger than these 3 cards. I barely got the 3 cards out and this little scrap. But you can see what I did. I started with the yellow or the orange and red at one end, and I moved down to where I had it really dark at the other end, and then I'll tell you what I did for that card. So I took the yellow, the mostly yellow one, and the color of this yellow is Pure Sunshine. Isn't that pretty? So when I was done and I had some blobs, I'm gonna have to rescue my kitty. Hold on a sec. Yeah, you stay up there, please. She was right down behind one of the shelves. So I took that, and I could kind of, with this green blob here, I kind of thought it looked like a shamrock or a clover, so I did that. And then this bit, when I outlined it, I thought, wow, that kind of looks like a fish or a Moby Dick or something like that. So I just doodled on this card, just to try to show what my imagination was. So I like this quote. And that's what this card reminded me of. So chaos is art out of control. And to me, it really, really is. It is just, you can take a look at my desk and it really looks like it's out of control, but it's because I'm done creating. And to me, that just looks like chaos. So the quote popped to my mind, and that's what I put on there. And this one doesn't have a quote. I was trying to think of what to do for the next card, and I started to doodle. And this is what happens when I doodle. I'm not sure which way is right side up and which way is right side down. I think this way is right side up. I'm not sure why, but I think this way is right side up. Maybe this way. But you get the picture. So this was just the ink sprays. And then I took my white, I'll show you the white pen that I use for this. Oh, I think that one ran out. So I'll show you another white pen that I use for this. I guess I'm not going to show you a white pen I use for this, but what it is a it's another one of these. So I get these Uniballs. This is the Uniball Vision. The other one is the Uniballs are all different. They have all different names here. But this is the black one. And they're a roller ball. The Uniball is a roller ball pen. So when you get a Uniball white pen, it rolls on really smooth and liquidy. They take just a second to dry. But when you put them on, I'll show you more on the next card, because I actually doodled this and then I sprayed it with some hairspray to seal it. And once the hairspray was dry, the ink didn't come up into the color of the pen. So you can see in some of them, like this little bit right in here, I didn't doodle over the second time. So I went over this twice to get it to stand out a little bit. But if you don't go over it twice, I'll show you what happens. This is the next card that I did. And I put the colors are Vibrant Turquoise and Crushed Grape. And I believe there's a little bit of the Postbox Red. And I just sprayed them on this card and blended them all together. And you can see they were running off in puddles on my desk. I got to clean this all off today. Rubbing alcohol, but the card turned black. So basically the card turned into a black card. So I let that dry, and I let it dry well because I didn't want to ruin my pen. And then I doodled on a feather. So you can see from the color of the feather that while the white ink is still wet, it draws the color from the ink spray, because the ink spray is not a permanent ink. It's a water-based ink. And it draws that ink into the color, and that's what happens. Isn't that pretty? My feather's not the greatest, but the colors are wonderful. So when it's all done and dry, I sprayed it with some hairspray. Now what you can do with this is spray it with the hairspray first and then doodle on top of it, and it will come out white because the hairspray seals it somehow. I'm not sure how. And I got these little alcohol-free hairsprays attached to the side of shampoo when I was shopping. So I got a Pantene shampoo and there was a little hairspray because I don't use hairspray. But I use it in my craft room. So that's what I got. And I think it turned out fabulous. I'm going to put a little quote up here in the right-hand corner. I haven't figured out what yet. And yeah, so then I'm done. So that's what I got. Everything that I got is there. So I'm going to call this video done, and I hope you enjoyed it, and have a great day, everybody. If you liked this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button, and bye-bye.